In today's video, I'm going to show you guys how to integrate CarPlay or Android Auto in your Mini Cooper F-Series. Now today is going to be a step-by-step video that you guys can follow along with on how to install the BimmerTech MMI Pro. This process will work whether you have an F54 Clubman, an F55, an F56, F57 convertible, or an F60 Countryman. Any of these models, you'll be able to follow the steps in today's video and install this MMI Pro. Now for any of the parts or the tools we use in today's video, we're going to leave all the links down in the description below, or you could reach out to our team at info@kies.com. They can help out with compatibility, more information, or anything you guys might need. So reach out to our team or check us out at kies.com. So the first part of this process is to remove this plastic trim right here. What I like to do is take a microfiber towel just to protect my dash. And then there's some really strong clips in here. I like to use a plastic trim tool to pop it up, and that's why I wedge the towel underneath. But just so you know, these clips are super strong. It'll pop up like that, and as you can see, there's 7 of these plastic clips. Now I have removed this before, so this came off even easier this time, but be aware, it takes a lot of force. Next, what we can do is take this circle trim around the screen here, and if you turn it counterclockwise and pull straight out, it comes out just like this. Then we can take a T20 driver. We can remove this one here at the bottom of the screen, just like that, and then this one here. Then we're going to take these 2 plastic vent trim pieces off. They come off really easy. I found that it just takes a little pressure from the side, just like this, and it'll come out just like that. So we'll do the same on this one. Sometimes you can even just get them by hand, and you don't even need the plastic trim tool. Now the reason we remove the top plastic piece is because you need to access a little hole right here, and you can feed really anything that's small enough to go through it, like this driver. I have the T20. And you're gonna press down on this clip, which I'll show you once I get the screen off, and you're gonna put some back pressure on the screen. Just like that. So the pressure clip will go right through here, and again, like I said, you feed something down, and you press on that clip, and then you put backwards pressure on it, and this whole screen will come out. From here, all we need to do is remove a bunch of the connections to get this screen out of our way temporarily. So if you just go along, right here you have 2 to press in on the sides, and that'll pull out just like that. This black one here just pulls straight up. This pink one has a tab on the side. So press that in, and it'll pop out just like that. This black one will pull straight up as well, just like that. And this white one, you press in on the edge, and pulls out just like that. Now that we have access behind the screen, what we need to do is take the glove box out, and that'll give us access to the left of it where we can place the MMI Pro. So first I'm gonna start by taking a T20. You'll see underneath 2 T20s that we can remove at the end of the glove box. And here's a look at what that looks like. And we can do this one. Then from here, this bottom tray will pull down and then out. So basically rock straight down and you pull it towards you. Now don't pull it all the way because there is a connection back here we need to release. So similar to behind the screen, press on this tab and that'll pull straight out. Then we can move this out of the way. Now there is one more T20 screw that's up above that tray that we just removed. It's kind of hidden and hard to see, so what I'm gonna do is show you through my iPhone. You'll see the airbag is right here. Right behind the airbag where this vent is, there's a T20. So what we're gonna do is put our T20 up here so we can loosen this, and it'll just fall right down. And that's a look at what that screw looks like. It doesn't have a washer on the head. Now we can open the glove box, and there's 4 more T20s we need to get here. There's one here. Now these 2 T20s going into the front are gonna be just like the one we just removed, and they don't have a washer on the head. And then we can remove these 2 T20s. And these T20s also do not have a washer on the head, only the first 2 we removed. Then we can pull this plastic piece off at the bottom. It's just a little clipping trim piece. Just pulls off just like that. And then there's 2 more T20s in here. So we can remove those at this time. Now these will have the washers on the head, so make sure you differentiate them. Now from here, the glove box will pull right out. But first we'll want to disconnect this light here. Same connection as below. As well as this connection right here. You squeeze on both sides, and it'll pop straight out. And at this point we can pull the glove box all the way out. Now we have 2 more T20s to pull out. So it's just this one here, and then this one here. From here we can rock the head unit forward just like that, and then we'll be able to access all the connections. Now this is a personal preference, but I'm gonna mount my MMI Pro underneath right here in this cavity. That's why we removed the glove box. I know a couple of the different minis like F55, F54, they have different dashes. It is personal preference where you want to mount it, but they should all have a cavity right here behind the glove box that's super accessible. Then we're gonna take the MMI Pro module as well as the provided cabling from BimmerTech, and we're gonna assemble it now. The first one I like to start with is this cable that says Power NBT V1.0. As you can see, it has the two large connectors on the end. So what we're gonna do is we have to first unplug the OEM connection. Now, as you can see here, this is a lever connection. So what you're gonna do is press on the sides here to release the lever, just like that. And as you pull down on the lever, it's going to release this connection, and you can pull it straight out just like that. Then we can take this side, the female side, we're gonna plug it into the OEM connection. Now before you press it super far, what you actually wanna do is use the lever as you press it down, and it's going to lock it into place just like that. Then we're gonna take the male side of the BimmerTech connection that was provided. We're gonna press this little tab right here and activate the lever so that it's ready to be plugged in. From here, what we're gonna do is line it up with the OEM head unit, and again, we'll press it to get it started and lined up, but what we wanna do is use the lever to actually lock it into place. And that will clip down into place just like that. Then we're gonna take this other end, and we're gonna feed it down and through to the glove box area so that we can plug it into our module. Okay. Just like that. The next cable we're gonna need is this pink cable. This is the one that goes into the LCD screen. So what I like to do is go under the connection we just did, like this. This will give you the most length possible. We're also gonna feed this down to the glove box area following that other cable. Then we're gonna take the blue cable, which will end up going into our LCD screen. We're gonna take the side that has the 90 degree, that's gonna stay towards us. We'll take the other side and we're gonna feed that down towards the glove box. Then we're gonna take the antenna and the cable at the end of it, and we're gonna actually feed it down next to this vent. Now this might be a little bit hard for you to see, but we'll walk you through every step. Now taking the blue connection here, I'm gonna go to the innermost side of the vent, not in the vent, and I'm gonna feed it down towards the forward part of it. So this is where my wire is gonna be heading through. Now as you can see, this is where it came out behind the head unit, so we can pull this through, just like this. Then I'm gonna peel this red tape on this double-sided sticky tape, and I'm just gonna place it on the side next to the vent. Then I'm gonna take the antenna, I'm gonna feed it down through to the glove box, just like we've been doing, just like that. Then we're gonna take two of our T20s, and we're gonna reinstall the head unit back into place. Now with the larger connector, we're just gonna press it right here out of the way, and then the LCD screen will fit right over. Now before we install the LCD screen, what I like to do is get all the connections hooked up to the MMI Pro and make sure that is tucked away. And then we'll start to reassemble the screen without putting the screws back in so we can make sure it works, and then we can reassemble all the hardware. Now by far the shortest cable is gonna be the OEM LCD screen cable that's pink. So we'll just start by plugging this one in, and this goes into the LCD in slot. And then we'll take the BimmerTech LCD cord and plug it into the LCD out. Now this cable labeled USB V2.0 is gonna plug into the MMI Pro. What this USB does is it gives you the ability to plug in later and update the module if you need to, as well as it has connections to install either a rear view backup camera or a front view camera if your car doesn't already have one. Now this gets plugged into the AV USB slot. Then we can take our antenna cord, and that gets plugged into the antenna slot. And then we can take our power cord, we'll plug it into the power slot right here. And as you can see, I have plenty of room to tuck this up into the cavity. But before I do that, let's plug in the LCD screen and make sure everything works. I'm gonna take this connection, plug it in at the bottom. We'll take this connection, plug it in here at the top, and we'll plug in this connection here, like that. Plug in the white connection. Then the new cable from BimmerTech, now it is turquoise, it's gonna go into the pink location that our OEM cable was going into before. Now I'm just gonna slightly set this into place without fully pressing it or clipping it in. And we're gonna turn the car on. We're gonna make sure that everything works. Now you're not gonna see CarPlay right when you boot up the car because you actually have to click and hold this menu button here. So let's try that. There you go, it'll switch over, and that's how you activate the MMI Pro to turn on. Now you can set up your CarPlay. You have to use this iDrive wheel here to select. You click settings, connections, You can pair your device. Now that I'm paired, I can go to CarPlay. And as you can see, it works great. Look how good this looks. That is awesome. Now, one other thing I want to say, if you do have a different screen size, it will play an effect into this. If you're trying to click and hold the menu button and nothing's popping up, you just hear the toggle sound come on and off, but nothing's showing up. That's probably because you have your screen size set incorrectly. As you can see here on the MMI Pro, you'll see that there's dip switches. Mine is selected as the 8.8-inch screen. If you look on the back, BimmerTech conveniently provides you with the dip switch settings for the different screen sizes. So 6.5 will be 2 down and then 4 up, mine is 3 down, 3 up. So make sure that you select these correctly, and if it's not working, you can try the other ones. But when you do change your dip switches, make sure you unplug and plug back in the power, and that will reboot the device, and then you can turn your car back on, try the menu, and it should pop up. All right, so now that we know everything works, there's no coding needed. We're gonna put everything and all the hardware back together in reverse order. Haha, I can see clearly now. And that is how easy it is to install the BimmerTech MMI Pro in your Mini Cooper F-Series. That's for the F54 Clubman, the F55, the F56, F57 convertible, or the F60, any of the new F-Series generation Mini Coopers. This is pretty much how you do it across the board. And as you saw, it looks amazing in the car. It's nice to finally have CarPlay or Android Auto if you're an Android user. For me, that's iPhone, so CarPlay is a huge game changer. Makes my car have the new tech that the cars come with. If you're looking for this product, check out the links in the description as well as the other parts and tools in today's video. Make sure to like and subscribe for more Mini Cooper content and check us out at Kies.com. With that, we'll see you in the next video.